Hey, super excited on this beautiful Friday. It's a hot Friday, but
Hmm.
we're together here with Sean Carroll from the Oscar Tortola Group
There you
out
go.
in
Yeah.
the IE, and certainly covers all of California as well. One of the premier realtors out there. And Sean, hey, thanks so much for joining this morning.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for braving the heat. I mean, I know you're out there in Orange County. It's a little cooler than where I'm at, but man, good for you, dude.
Yeah,
We got our
yeah,
comfy clothes on.
we do, man. We're ready to go on a cruise or something here, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you got it, Sean. Thanks for joining. And I think it's always good to just get a little update, see what's going on in the market, see what's happening with loan programs. And, quite honestly, there's some really exciting stuff that's happening. We just had announced the other day with United Wholesale Mortgage, which is one of our premier lenders in the country. In fact, they're the number one wholesale lender in the country. Rockets
Yeah.
number two, and they just announced, which is really exciting for VA and FHA FICO scores dropped down all the way from 620 to 580 now. So
So
look at all
good.
the borrowers now that we're going to be able to capture and help them
Yeah.
and push them this way. Their processes are simple, they're super quick at closing, and I'm super excited. So that's one program that I know is
It's
going to
huge.
help a lot of people. Tell me a little bit about what's happening
Yeah.
in your world there and in the market where you're serving.
Well, now that we're going to have that bulk of people coming in, the issue right now is obviously the inventory.
Yeah.
We're going to have a lot of people that are going to be bidding on some properties here very soon. Right now in Corona alone, where I'm at, 148 homes on the market. That's it,
Oh,
and that's low. That's
that's crazy
extremely low.
low.
Yeah, you've obviously, I mean, you've got more in escrow now. As of today, I believe there's 202 in escrow, but they're still selling, right? But it's just there's no inventory. In the little farm that we market to, my wife and I, Veronica, we've got about 17 homes on the market. That's it.
Wow.
And so it's kind of brutal. We are seeing a lot more bidding war, quote unquote bidding wars.
Yeah.
Properties are going well above list. We've got beat out. I've got beat out on two or three offers that I wrote just last week. One of them was in Fontana, $480,000 deal.
Oof.
They got into escrow at 580. And so and they had 15 offers on the table, waiving appraisals, quick terms, quick close. So and we still came up that on that property, we came up to 540 because I was like, you know what, you've got to come up, we'll
Yeah.
waive the appraisal. But unfortunately, man, it's been brutal. But we just got to keep grinding. You got to,
Yeah.
let our buyers know this is the way that it is now. And unfortunately, we're going to have to be very strong and very firm when we come with offers and educate them. I mean, I think that's the
Yeah.
beautiful thing about having great, lending partners and realtor partners is that we, in a sense, can have a great teaching moment,
Yes.
because this could be a very, very new for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
I mean, they're. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say that's a that's a great point. Is education, an educated borrower or buyer is so important. And even, I think about it on the flip side, sometimes our sellers get left out of the picture
Yeah.
when we're working with the buying side, but an educated seller is really important
Oh
as
yeah.
well. So they set the right expectations. And when you put the whole team together and everybody understands, okay, here's what's happening. We're all
Hmm.
working together now. You have the best interest of the buyer at heart. You have the best interest
Yep.
of the seller at heart. But let's all come together. And, that's probably, Sean, what we do. I'd say 80% of my day
Right.
is education of either my realtor partners
Hmm.
or, another referral partner or the consumer, the borrower themselves. So I'm really
Yeah.
glad you brought that up. And I know you guys do a great job at that.
Yeah, we try our best to make sure that our both, sellers and buyers are extremely educated. When it comes to a
Yeah.
seller, we want to make sure that they're in the best position to obviously walk out with the most that they possibly can because that's exactly what they want.
Yeah.
Right. But at the same time, it's like you got to be realistic.
Right.
This isn't the pandemic anymore. This isn't the times where you can pretty much just throw a number on the wall and
No.
it's stuck. Right now, it's you've got to be strategic. Look, there's more buyers out there that are waiting, so
Sure.
let's put the property down a little bit lower than market value, list it a little bit lower, and we'll get
Get
you
some
the most for the
activity.
buck. Get a lot of
Yeah.
activity because, you know, we see it here. I mean, in my immediate community is, we've got homes that are sitting on the market there's one home in particular that I can just mention, 158 days on the market, and it's
Oh
just extremely
man.
well overpriced. And in my opinion, that's an unrealistic seller, right?
Right.
There's no
Right.
education there,
Uh-uh.
right? We list a house in the same exact community, it sells in 7 days,
Right. There's that's
right?
unrealistic expectations. Yeah.
Right. And it's like, come on, but you've got to educate the client. You got to educate them. You got to educate the buyers just as well. The buyers, I think, more so importantly, because, they've probably been told, hey, I bought my house in 2019. I bought my house in 2020. And it was so simple. It was so easy. I just came in, threw them a number, they took it, and we ran.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now it's like, no way.
Uh-uh.
Like you're really knuckling up right now.
Sure, sure.
Right.
It's interesting, and maybe you're hearing this and seeing this, in the market, but so many people are so rate conscious. Oh, get me the
Mm,
best rate possible. I need the best rate. They're so focused on that, where they really should be concerned is what's your monthly payment going to be?
yeah.
What's going to be that's comfortable? What's affordable? That's what's
Yeah.
really important.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
where we're at in the education is yes, our down payment is important. 20% is certainly not necessary anymore. We have
Exactly. Yeah.
great programs out there, even 1% down still.
Mhm.
So, many Americans still have that wrong misconception, 20% down, and it
Yeah.
keeps them out of the market. But I think if we can help really focus people on the overall value, what's their monthly payment, their overall nut for the
Yeah.
month, and shift them away from the interest rate. The interest rates are what they are.
It is
We
what
all
it
know
is.
they're higher. So why
Yeah.
focus on that? Let's focus on, what's going to be most important for them.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where our education is at today. And, you know, it's a mindset, right?
It is.
It's a perception, it's a mindset, helping everybody have the right attitude, the right, like we mentioned, the right understanding of the
Yeah.
processes where they're going. So that's why we
Yeah.
love working with you, man, because you
Yeah.
guys are right there in the trenches, in the front lines, working with these
Yeah.
borrowers and these buyers, and you're seeing the good, bad, the ugly, and
Yeah. We do. We see it all. We see it all. But yeah, that's just super important. It's the education. It's just the understanding of what's the reality of the situation, and how you can essentially bite the bullet for just a little bit and then be okay here in just a little bit, right? I mean, obviously, home prices we don't feel are going to be going down anytime soon.
yeah,
And with that said, you're going to have to suck up a 6.5% interest rate at this point. But who's to say they don't drop down in, quarter one of next year down to a 4% or high mid five or whatever it may be, right? We don't know. But if that happens, you refinance, you save yourself some money, and plus your equity has gained already substantial since that time because the buyer demand is nuts,
yeah, yeah,
and they are raising that price point up.
yeah, 100%. And
Yeah.
you and I were talking earlier about when it comes to sometimes we have to help them think outside of the box. We say, okay, here's what your mortgage payment is. Well, let's take a look at the whole picture. What are
Yeah.
your other expenses? What's your
Yeah.
car payment? How's your credit card debt doing?
Yeah.
And people sometimes forget about that. They look at that 2.5 interest rate that they
Yeah.
have right now and they're like, oh my God, I'm never going to refinance that
Yeah.
to a higher rate. But, as we educate them and say, look, here's the numbers. What if you did we'll use 6.5 as a
Mm-hmm.
example,
Right.
and take some cash out, pay off all that debt, lower your overall monthly
Overall.
payment.
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh, I never considered that. So
Yeah.
they're
Because you
lucky
look
to
at,
have people like us out there.
yeah, because you're looking at just the lowest minimal payment or the percentage that you have, the smallest payment that you have, and that's your star, right?
Yeah.
Credit card debt. I mean, credit card interest rates on what average 21, 23%,
Yes, for sure.
right? Don't you want to unload
Major.
that? Right. So when it comes to buyers, obviously that's a huge deal. Just suck it up for a little bit, or even, more so with sellers, I think that's the most important thing is because look, I've got sellers who purchased house in 2019 who've gained 400 to $500,000 in equity in our farm, right?
Yeah.
And they want to upsize or they want to downsize, whatever it may be, but they're scared to leave the 2.5% interest rate that they have, right? So when I break it down for them, I say, look, how much are you paying every single month in your monthly bills, car payment, credit
Right.
cards, whatever it may be, right? And then they say, well, we're paying, we've got a $5,000 mortgage. Okay, cool. That's great. That's nice. That's a lot, but it's cool. Whatever, right? Then I'm paying X amount of dollars, $10,000, $12,000 in credit card debt, and then I've got
Yeah.
a $1,000 car payment. Okay, well then let's sell if because your intent is to
Right.
sell the house, net out, pay off all that credit card debt, pay off the car
Absolutely.
payments, everything like that. Right now, your payment goes from like what, a 40 something percent interest rate a month, let's say in the bulk,
Yeah.
and drop it down to a 6.
Way down. I mean,
Dude,
that just
that's just a
makes,
win-win. It's just the
yeah.
mindset, like you said earlier. It's
Yeah.
the mindset. It's the outside sources pouring in and saying
Right.
things that necessarily aren't the truth, or it's scare tactics, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
But we as agents and as lending partners need to really hone in on that. Look,
Yeah.
let's just give you the base, the brass tacks, exactly what it is. This is what you need to do, right?
Yeah, that's so true, Sean. And I was going to tell you one other thing that that we do to really help our borrowers because sometimes what holds people back is like, oh, yeah, I want to get pre-approved so I can go
Mm-hmm.
shopping with Sean and Veronica, but I don't want you to run my credit.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh man, but something we're doing now when we submit a file is we are doing a soft pull.
yeah.
The wonderful thing about UWM is that they don't require a hard pull when you submit the file. We can submit
Right.
we can do a soft pull. It's only like $23, which is
Mm-hmm.
nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And that comes with the opt out
Yeah,
because the second you run someone's credit, they're getting 40 phone calls a day from
yeah.
all these lenders. So we make sure, and that's one of the downsides of doing that hard pull. So we
Mm-hmm.
run that soft pull that includes the opt out. We submit the file. We make sure that we can get you the best pre-approval so you can take the
Yeah.
buyer shopping. So
Love
it just
that.
helps strengthen those offers.
Yeah.
But
And know that it is extremely important to have your credit pulled. That
yes,
is like, for me, you don't go to a car dealership and pick the car without the credit, right?
right.
Being pulled. So this
Nope.
is a bigger asset, right? This is probably your biggest asset in the world. You want to make sure that you're comfortable. And the only way that you're going to be
Absolutely.
comfortable is if you fall within the parameters of the credit,
Yep. That's
right?
that's true.
That's going to get you where you want to be,
Yeah.
right?
There's
If
no
it's
getting
not
around it.
now, if it's not now, there's ways of fixing your credit. Who doesn't want to know? I want to know my credit. I check my credit every day.
Yep.
And I'm like, just make sure it's okay. I know it's fine, but it's like, I check to make sure. It's like checking your bank account,
Yeah.
right? You got to do it.
100%. Well,
Yeah.
what's interesting is every day, and I know when you wake up in the morning, you and Veronica, you take care of your initial responsibilities, and then you,
Yeah.
you look at your list and say, boom, here's my priorities. Here's who I got to talk to. Here's who I need to educate. And that's the same way.
Got it
Look
right
at your
there.
list right there, man. Look, look, I got my
I'm
book.
telling you, every day it's like it's an everyday thing. I can't even. This is my book right here. This is what I live by, my planner.
You know what, Sean? If that book was empty, I'd be worried.
I
But
know.
it's filled with activity, which just,
Yeah.
that's why we love you guys, man. You
Yeah.
guys are busy helping families,
Yeah.
helping
Well, we
people,
appreciate it.
yeah, getting to their homes and stuff. So, hey, I'm
We
glad we
appreciate
took
it.
a few minutes today. I know you're
Yeah.
busy. You got to get out in the field. I got some appointments too, but
There you
uh,
go.
we'll do this more often. It's something I
Yeah.
wanted to just let everybody know that's going to watch this afterwards too, is we're
Yeah.
really excited about next month.
Yeah.
You and Veronica are coming with us out just for a short trip out to UWM. We're going to get some education time together
Yeah. We're
there.
pumped.
Yeah, super excited. So thanks so much for being willing to come out there too. And I
Yeah.
think it's going to be a great time together.
Yeah. It would be nice. We appreciate it. Thank you for everything that you do, man. I know we've got some people that we're working with now,
Yeah.
so we're excited, and we got plenty more coming your way. So thank you so much for everything, and thank you for allowing me to do this. This was cool.
Hey, you betcha, man. You guys have a great weekend. I know you're working
Yeah.
with people too, and I hope you brave the heat too.